Hey everybody, hope you're all having a good week today, or has had a good week so far. BTC is kind of on the rise here, so we did have this trend line that we were following. I believe it was about right here. Let's see if we can draw maybe another one here. Maybe you have some kind of a formation like this that kind of runs to the top here, comes back down, or this thing can just kind of melt up from here. Now, if that's our target, I would expect us to not go just straight up to here, right? I suppose maybe we could do that and then maybe fall for a little while, but I'm not really sure. So I just know that this is major support here. Altcoins have not really ran, and they're starting to. You can kind of see that, and we'll look at that here in just a minute. And BTC is, at least it is in its wave 3. If not, it's on its way to start wave 5. Okay, that is the area that I'm expecting this to be hit, somewhere within 100,000 to maybe 125,000. Best case scenario is going to be hitting about 150,000. I think that's the grand Fibonacci level. Okay. But let's keep it down. Let's keep it down for now. The difference in gains between that point is probably not worth the loss, not worth staying in the market. But we'll kind of see as time goes on. I don't want to ride down another bear market. I'm tired of doing that. So I'd like to sell somewhere up here and then maybe start accumulating again whenever it touches some sort of a base. That would actually be interesting if it hit this, retrace 70% in the next bear market. That actually makes a whole bunch of sense. If it hit 110,000. I don't know. All right, so let's look at some of the indicators here. Hash ribbons are still far from turning blue. There's your bullish divergence that we talked about, and it's played out, right? So whenever you see that bullish divergence, it's just another indicator, hey, it's time to really accumulate crypto or accumulate this coin. The hash ribbon, or the MACD, is getting ready to pass the zero line probably this week, maybe towards the end of the week. The 3 days crossed bullish, and then it might get rejected there, so we'll see. But so far that looks okay. And then we already covered the weekly. We're getting ready to pass through the 20 line here, which is typically a bullish sign for crypto. And this is still at play right here now, guys. So we do need to make a new high. However, you could get bearish divergence. You could have a rejection somewhere around 100,000 here. This could just go straight to 100,000. Altcoins start running as well, and then you have a sideways correction before the 5th wave to the upside. Okay. There is a way that this was only the first count of the 3rd wave, this was the 2nd count, and then this would be the 5th count. So that is a potential as well. Elliott wave isn't 100%, however, Well, it's a lot of the time it's pretty close, but there's always different counts, and it's just a lot of educated guesses. But it works really, really well for maintaining, like understanding where you are in the market cycle. Okay. All right. So that pretty much covers BTC. Let's look at the Bitcoin dominance chart just for 1 second. I don't think it's doing anything, but no, it still looks nothing really new here. I mean, hopefully it gets rejected here so the alts can run, but there's nothing really showing. Yeah, there's nothing really that's showing that it's going to fall here. I mean, it's been overbought for a very long time, so eventually this is going to come down, but either way, alts are kind of running right now. So total to market cap, I think we went over this the other day, but I think this last cycle we fell out of our trend line for a second. Yeah, so we had our trend line here, that white line. We fell out and consolidated, we retested it, and then we shot through it and went really parabolic. So that's something that could happen here. We come back up here, we retest this, come back, and then we go really parabolic. Okay, so that would be your 3 of 3. Okay, so that is kind of where I'm at on this. XRP. So XRP has had a pretty strong week. Had a really strong week last week. And based on this, so wave 1 here, the lowest that this price could go is 30, and we ended up at about 40 cents. Okay, so if you put on a fib here, let's just go from here. Let's not use the wicks here. Yes, that's how you draw that. Well, let's make sure this is a log. Yeah. So that's your last level there. So that's your area where you'd buy on this one. And then your lowest level for wave 2 would be the very start, right? And I don't think most of the time you don't actually do that, but sometimes you do. So that would have been your area for re-entry on the fib level. Even though we broke out down here, you kind of have to have a little bit of faith, right, too. And then if you don't have faith, you just wait until you re-enter the pattern, and then boom, that's when you would accumulate and buy. We've been buying this around here. I think I bought a bunch at 60 cents or so, and that's where we're at right now. So it's not that big of a deal buying the most opportune price. Even if you would have bought on this big green candle at 1 cent, the thing went to like 30 cents. Okay? So as long as you're buying within this range, DCAing, multiple buys, you should make some money as long as we break out here. Weekly did pass the 0 line, and we're probably going to confirm across on the MACD. And then You know, we did have some bullish divergence on the weekly. However, BTC broke down, so it's just probably a little bit of a fake out. So this bullish divergence should probably still play out. And so far it looks pretty good. I mean, you've got a weekly engulfing candle, and then this other week is pretty much confirming that there was a strong buys there. But one thing that I do want to mention is that, you know, a lot of the times you come back down to retest levels of support. So if we come back down, you know, you're probably going to come back down and test about 53 cents. Potentially, you know, I highly doubt we'd come back down to 45, but you can, I guess. Or we'd test this trend line here, okay, right at 50 cents. Within a new wave count, a lot of the times you're going to see a 1, a 2, so a micro wave count, and then you're going to see some sort of an ABC pullback, and then you would start wave 3 of 3, boom, 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 and then another ABC. You know, ABCs can be sideways flats, right? So they can be sideways. They can have a big spike down. They just have like different ways, right? And then you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the fifth wave. So that is something that you can see. This count could be wrong here, and we can actually go higher, but there is clearly 5 waves up here. Okay, so the breakout for this pattern as well, wherever we break out, let's look at this one here. I'm just going to be a little conservative here on this one. So let's just take the top of this to this area for now. Okay, wherever we break out here, you could hit somewhere around $6 to $7 before some major pullback. I think these other levels, these other ones that I've drawn out, we're like taking them from way back over here. But you could hit $6 to $7 on XRP. If we get there, $6, that's 10x from where you're at now. That's pretty dang good. But you also should see some sort of 5 waves up like you did over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And 4 it'd probably be short-lived. The consolidation range would probably not last a whole lot of time because this one lasted forever. So this one would be a lot shorter. So yeah, we'll once we actually break out here, I'll chart this a lot better. Okay, so XLM. Oh, actually, let's look at this real quick. Yeah, so we're a little bit over in the overbought area on the RSI daily, and we've passed through the MACD. So this is good. This is potentially, you could have that pullback, right? I mean, it's gone up 50%. So XLM USD, kind of doing a similar situation as XRP. They kind of move in sequence. I think XRP went up quite a bit more than this did. Yeah, about 10-20% more. But it still looks good. Alright. And this one pretty much came back down to retest its base here. I know there's a bunch of stuff drawn on this chart, however, I'm not going to remove it just yet. You know, if you hit this first level for this well, the first level is just its old high, right? At like $1. Second level is about $2. So we'll continue to watch that. That's still at 10x, maybe 20x from where it's at, as long as things play out. All right, ICP. So ICP has moved up quite a bit, hit our box here and ran up quite a lot. So from that low point, it's gone up about 80%, which is awesome. So maybe some sort of a correction here. Maybe. Still looks like it's not overbought, so it's still fairly low in price. Hasn't passed through the zero line yet, so this is just kind of getting warmed up. But if it comes back down to retest about $8 or so, that would be a secondary entry. I mentioned anything under $10 is a pretty good deal for ICP. Again, this went up 600%, so the next one minimum should be 600%, which is somewhere within this area, $40. So that's 300% from where it's at now. And then that would be your wave 3, and this thing can go actually higher than that. Let me take a look at something real quick. Oops. Looking at CoinMarketCap. So the fear and greed is neutral right now. So people aren't in fear, but they're not in greed. So ICP is number 24. It's a $5 billion market cap, and the volume is 200 million. Let's take a look together. And then let's take a look at the volume here. Okay, so you had this large increase in volume, right? And then you kind of peaked here. And then you have a low volume pullback, and then you're starting to get growing volume here. That is exactly what you want to see. And then well, let's look at Ethereum. So what did Ethereum do? Well, let's look at ADA. Okay, so ADA, keep in mind this is $5 billion, right? So ADA's first market cycle after a correction went up to about 80 billion, I think, $94 billion market cap. So if ICP is at if ICP is at 5 billion, so that would be a 20x from where we're at now if it matched ADA. So a 20x, so what is that? $200 on ICP. If this matched ADA, you get very, very close, probably 195 or so. And that's doable. So let's look at Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum's first market cycle made it to 125 billion. And then its second one made it to 541 billion. So I mean, ICP, I don't see a reason why it couldn't match ADA or Ethereum. And then also we could probably take a look at DOT and then see what it did in its last market cycle. So these are all kind of protocol currencies, right? So all-time market cap. You know, this one made it to 51 billion and it started at 5 billion, kind of the same as ICP. Well, ICP I think started at like 80 billion or something crazy, 50 billion, and retraced down to 1 billion. But you know, I guess worst case scenario for ICP, 50 billion, and we'll just have to count the waves, right? So 50 billion would be a $100 market cap, which there's probably going to be a major sell-off at that point. But that's still a 10x from where we're at. So keep that in mind. $100 would be nice enough for me, I would think. But ICP is showing some major strength compared. I mean, XRP hasn't even gone up 80%, and ICP did. So volume looks great, low volume pullback, and then we just need to start seeing some green volume candles coming in. All right, so let's take a look at SUI, the last one here. There's not really much else to I mean, not much else to really go over. This one's gone up about 55%, which is great. It's broken out of this pattern here, this falling wedge. So it did retrace quite far from here, but you should see 5 more impulse waves up. Volume looks really good. This is similar to, I believe this is a protocol currency too. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, this looks good. So look at the volume, how it's been growing, and it was actually even growing over here as it was going up, but BTC I think corrected, and then you've got a low volume pullback. So this this is a pretty good potential for this. Let's see. I mean, it's on all the major exchanges. And then let's take a look at the website here. That's not, I mean, I believe this is another protocol currency, but volume looks good, so we'll stick with that. It's also got up quite a bit from its low, 500% on the, I believe this is going to be its first wave. Okay, there is another wave over here. But you also could be entering a wave, you know, I think this next one's going to be wave 3, 4. There is just one, there is a wave right here that we can't see. But it's, I don't really know if that's considered a wave. I think it would probably start down here. Alright guys, that's all I have for today. Nothing really else to cover when it comes to crypto. You guys have a good week. I hope we have some green price action this week, and then the rest of the week we'll do a video on Sunday. All right, y'all have a good week and weekend.